Welcome to the Santai Podcast.
My name is Tibby and welcome to the third episode of the Santai Podcast. Thank you for listening to us. To those who have been listening to us more than once, I would like to say thanks for coming back, and I hope you enjoyed the first two episodes. Also, I would like to request for a favor to everyone who has enjoyed this podcast. Do please share it on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp, or word of mouth. The more listeners I get, the happier I am, and the more episodes will come out. So the format of this podcast is that I and two other people will be talking about issues normal people face. May it be relationship, work, education, anything. So if you are interested in sending us a question, send it at thesantaipodcast@gmail.com. It's at thesantaipodcast@gmail.com. Also, I've set up a ask.fm account in case you guys want to be anonymous. It is at askfm.com/Santai Podcast. You can check it out on Facebook. It's all in there. And don't forget to like our Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud at the Santai Podcast. You can also follow me, Tibby Bear, on Instagram to get updates. It's TIBBY Bear at Instagram. So let's introduce our guest for today. Our first guest of the day, we welcome back Zainal Bostaman.
Yay! Thanks for having him back.
Yeah, he's our regular now. Has been in the past two episodes.
And now third one. I'm lucky.
And I don't think there's much updates. Nothing.
In terms of what? Like I'm healthy.
Yeah, sure.
You don't care about that, TV?
Oh, I do. Because who am I gonna ask for the next episode? So Zainal Bostaman, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
And the second guest of today, please welcome DJ Livie of Crystal FM.
Hi! Very nice. Thank you so much, by the way, for inviting me on. I'm really honored.
Yeah.
I've been following your podcast, by the way.
Thank you.
Very
How
good
did
stuff.
you like it?
I have given you my comments offline.
So I
We took it
heard.
offline.
Okay, thank you. It was a very positive criticism. What I say?
Yeah, but I think you have really an awesome. This is awesome. Well done.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good job so far.
Thank you. Because
Right.
I've had comments from other listeners as well, and that means people are listening, so which is nice.
It's nice to know.
So I'll take comments from people, whether it's bad or not or good. Thanks. As long as you're just listening, I'm happy. I'll try to improve the show as much as I can. Anyways, let's just go straight to the questions.
Yeah.
This is the first question, which is not relationship oriented.
Yes! I was really worried because, I'm not really the greatest. But yes, let's go.
Okay. Question number one. It's called bullied at school.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it's from a secondary student.
Oh.
So it says, "Hi guys, I have a problem. My schoolmate bullies me at school. I think it's because I am quite short. I go to sekolah menengah something. I'm not gonna say that out loud because anonymous. They always bully me and make fun of me. And to counter that, I just laugh it off. But sometimes I'm just sad, so I cry sometimes at home. Please help."
Aw.
I would say, if you were never that situation, well, I've been in this situation when I was younger, fat kid.
Oh, they
Standard.
bully for being.
Oh yeah, like, oh, you fat.
Oh,
whatever. I wish at that time I could say that, but at that time sometimes you just have to laugh it off and just be strong, right?
How old
but
were you?
no, I would say primary 4 or 5, so that gives you about 8, 9, 10, going into 10 to 12. 10 to 12, I think.
It was just like target just for you, or was it like
Well,
a collective of.
Sometimes you think it's about you because there's so many of them laughing. It's just that usually hee hee hoo hoo hee, and then you're just like, I hate you all. But I think if it gets really bad in terms of like how it feels for you, I would say sometimes it's good to kind of like talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
Like if it does really affect you, then you get a teacher or someone, and you sit down with them and kind of say, okay, it's funny but not anymore, so you guys need to stop that. And that's you being a lot more mature rather than trying to shout at them or get into a fight. It really does take a different toll. Although I wouldn't know what the boys are like these days. How kids are like these days. Are they going to be like more civil and sit down and be like, this thing about me
kids being
short?
kids.
I would say for me, it would just be shout at them once and then they'd be so scared.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you, Zainal, have
yes.
you been bullied?
Yeah, I used to go to like an all-boy religious school, and then I get bullied for being chubby, and then for having a mole on my face. That was the weirdest thing. Like looking back, that was just so weird. Like they made fun of the fact that I had like a huge mole on my right cheek, and then they say stuff like, "Is that where you hear?
Huh?
Like you pick up noises from that, like as a satellite." Like, it doesn't even make sense now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back, like, but I was so affected by it. I was so affected. Like, can you stop calling my mole a satellite?
Did you get a nickname?
No, I have one of my name is Bostaman. Like, it's actually my name. It's not a surname. And then they call me like boss. But the way they say it was very like bullying in a way. And then I got really upset because they keep calling me boss. The kind of stuff the kids back then, I think kids nowadays still
do it.
They just take anything and then just turn it.
And especially if there's, let's say that there's 4 against 1. That kind of doesn't help because it's not just 1 against 1. That's more easy to deal with.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you're dealing with a pack. There's always a pack
them.
of them, 2 to 3 or more, and they all just kind of collectively go against you. And if it does really make you upset, I would definitely say talk to a teacher.
Well, what did you do?
I talked to a teacher.
And
I
then
finally
it stopped?
And then the teacher spoke to them. It stopped. Oh, they stopped being my friends. They stopped like talking to me completely. But that really did help, because are you going to go through the rest of your school year having to try and like not sure which day they're going to pick on you and say something to you? And if you're not in the right emotional state or not the right, like you're not having a great day, you will lose your shit, right? So you need, if it does get to really bad point in your life that you can't handle it anymore, don't keep it in. Talk to a teacher, or talk to parents, and then or just see that someone can do something about it. Like sit down to these kids and go like, it's all fun and jokes now, but if he's not in a, if you're in a bad mood and someone did that to you, would you just not lose your shit and then start like maybe screaming back at people, saying things you don't mean, or like
school shootings?
I used to threaten people. I'll punch you in the face if you bully
and you get
me.
into trouble for that. You get into trouble
Yeah.
for that.
But they stopped bothering me for a while because I actually.
They say it's kind of like prison where you gotta like pick the biggest kid, beat him down, and then all the other kids will stop.
I don't think so.
And like you would get into trouble with the school or the teacher, but if it's your first offense, then it'll be like the first time is just a warning. But then all the other kids were like, let's not mess with Tibby because that guy is crazy.
I think I don't know.
I didn't do it. I'm just saying.
Any of you were in a school fight before?
Huh?
Were any of you in a school fight before?
Does it count throwing a chair across the room? That's not
Did
really
they
a
throw?
fight.
Did you guys like have a
No,
competition?
I was the only one throwing the chairs across the room because I lost
I don't
my
think that
shit.
counts as a fight.
I actually beat up someone
You did?
because he broke my ruler.
Oh.
Whoa!
Did he just went in front of your face?
Yeah, no.
Oh, was it like an accident of like?
No, he was like,
That was
I'm gonna
definitely
break
provoked.
your ruler.
And you're like, don't do it, please. And then
Yeah,
you
and then you
broke
break
it.
it.
And then you're like,
And then
I'm gonna
I
break
lost
every
it.
bones.
I lost it, then I
Was it like a Power Ranger ruler?
I think so. But for an advice for this guy, I think for me, the best thing I would do at your age is to power through. and focus on your
Jesus.
and focus on your studies. Because school life is probably just at least 15 years of your life, and then there's more to that.
15.
And
It's so hard when
But
it's
it's a
physical
struggle
as well.
though.
Like,
It's struggle though.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
huge
Yeah.
struggle.
you,
But I would say if you don't want to talk to anyone about it, Tibby's right, power through it. Always surround yourself with people that don't think that of you, and that always helps
Yeah.
as well.
who are also short.
I think they do that.
No. Okay, so you surround yourself with people who don't like.
Who will not judge you.
Who are more nice.
They're nicer people.
If there is none, move
To
to
different
that
school. Yeah. I used
Or
to,
do what I did, befriend people above your year or below your year.
oh yeah,
I mean,
and then the advantage of befriending people above your year
and
is
below your year.
the above one. If
It's
they're
your
really your
seniors.
friend, like they get close to you, and then you're like, oh, they could scare the bullies.
Yeah, that's right. So, kind of don't worry. You don't have to be stuck to your classroom. Always do know that you should venture out.
Find your friends.
Yeah, find your friends. And if you don't want to talk to anyone, of course. But I would highly say talk to
But
someone.
I think your problem, you need to. I really think you should focus on your studies at that point. Ignore the bullies as much as you can, because I have this friend who got bullied like excessively when we were in school, and now he's like in a high paying job, and then I think that
That's
matters.
motivation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's more important than
You'll come out better than them. Don't worry.
I remember thinking, like, when I was getting bullied, put my head down and just focus on studies. And I remember seeing this bully like 2-3 years ago. Like we're now adults, and then I think I'm 26, 27, and then I went out and then I see him. And it was like a good feeling kind of thing, because being bullied suck, but it does actually build character in a way. Like,
yeah.
and you
Rise above it.
rise above it. Or what I did was we managed to find like a group of us who were bullied, and then we never stay in school. Like after classes, we
Run!
sneak out. We sneak out and play games and pekan tutong. Because that was better for us. Like get caught and get into trouble with the school rather than be in the
bullied.
hostel and be bullied. And then it was an escape. I mean, don't. I'm just saying that.
Don't escape school. That's not what
Don't
Zainal is
don't
trying to
skip
say.
school.
Don't skip
Don't
school.
We didn't skip school. Here's the thing, like all of us were in the top like A class.
Still
And
doesn't give you a reason to skip school.
we never skipped school. We just didn't stay there
After class.
after class.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I
Because we
played-
were trying like, we don't want to deal with that.
I went to the Subway Cafe and played Counter-Strike.
Yeah. That's what
Oh,
we
me
did.
too.
And we got really good at Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Gave Netcom a lot of money back in the
Yeah.
day.
A lot of $1 bills. I think advice for this, keep
Play
your head
video
down.
games.
Surround yourself with people who don't really give a crap about like people how they look like,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Focus on studies.
video games.
Yeah, and we play video games. Because to be honest, like I'm not trying to be mean, but when you're all grown up, you have like a proper job or a steady life. Then you see all bullies who are not doing as good as you. Sometimes it feels nice.
It feels
I
nice.
know, right?
Sometimes you mean it does feel
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah, no. Sometimes like you see your bully also, and he turns out to be your boss or something.
That doesn't really happen.
It doesn't
That's
really
really
happen.
bad luck, lah. That's really bad luck.
But
Yeah, no.
focus on your studies. Find friends who don't bully you. Talk to parents, teachers,
And learn how to
Have role
keep that as
models.
white noise. When they
Yeah.
make fun of you, that becomes white noise.
or accept it. Laugh with them. Like I'm short, yay! I am short.
Or you can make it scenarios going, if we were to like, if there's only a little hole that everybody was running from, let's say, vampires, I could be the only one that fits it. None of you will fit it because you're too tall.
Where did that come from?
In a scenario.
In a
In a
scenario.
very bad scenario.
Yeah, because tall people get asked to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make yourself feel happy.
Yeah. And I tall people get bullied as well.
Yeah, I remember when I was in Form 6 and I was a senior, there was a new group of juniors, and then there was this guy was particularly tall, and we were like, Ani kenapa ya tinggi ni?
Yeah, so whatever height you are,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Alright, I think we got that covered.
I think we get that covered. Hang in there, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. Persevere.
study smart.
Yeah. Just study smart. Get the grades.
Yeah.
Get the girl in the end.
Get the
or
girl.
guy, whichever way you.
Okay, the Santai Podcast at gmail.com. You can send us email at the Santai Podcast at gmail.com or at ask.fm/Santai Podcast. Question number 2.
Yeah.
Does she like me?
Yes.
Straightforward.
Is that your question?
Maybe, I don't know. Not anonymous.
Anonymous doesn't say. Hi guys, my name is Tibby.
Anyways, hi guys. So there's this girl that I really like. She laughs at my joke, and we usually have a great time when we hang out together with our other friends. I want to ask her out, but she has said that she's picky about dating, and I found out that I am not exactly her type. Should I bother asking her out?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I said.
Let me tell you a failed scenario I had last time. Because there was this girl I really liked. She was my friend. And I kept asking my other friends, should I ask her out? And then they said, no, don't ask her out. You're not her type. She's interested in someone else. But then a few years later down the line, I asked her like personally, because I finally got the guts to ask her something like about my feelings. And I said, I used to like you. I had a crush on you. And then, but I didn't really have the guts to ask you out. And then she said, you should have asked me out.
Because she was open to.
Yeah, she wasn't. I'm not saying that she liked me, but I think she was willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, if your gut says something about it, even though everyone says no, don't do it, but then your heart says yes, do it, then just do it. Because you know why? You don't want to turn around. Like, a situation that Tibby, when they say, yeah, you should have asked me out, and then you're like, no.
You don't want to turn 30 and
regret not doing anything.
Do anything that you feel like you want to do, and if people say don't do it, just do it. What's going to happen? Okay, you might get rejected.
That's it.
Yeah.
But that's it. You know what's going to die.
It's the whole Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% shots you don't take.
Precisely.
And also, it's better to be rejected than to regret.
But it is his friend.
Yeah, but then that's when the friend will make the decision. Like, yeah, okay, let's try this out.
But there's like consequences.
Yeah, consequences. They
afterwards.
don't become friends. But if they're actual friends, then eventually they'll become friends again afterwards.
Correct. And it's not going to get too awkward either.
There was a friend that I fell for, and she was great. And then she kept telling me about all the other guys that she's interested in. But the whole time I was like, no, you should be with me, kind of thing, in my heart. My heart's of heart. And it wasn't just like my friends telling me that she won't be into me. It was like I knew for a fact that she doesn't feel the same way. But I was like, I gotta give this a try. So I told her that I liked her more than just friends, and whether we could move that direction. And she's like, no. And it was heartbreaking. But then after and then we tried not to be friends.
Not see each other, right?
Yeah, so I was like hang out with my guy friends, and then she was like hang out with other people, and then eventually I was like, this is stupid. Like, I still like you as a friend, and then we became friends and became close since then. Like, you shouldn't like wish to preserve this friendship because you're holding this huge secret that eventually will.
It might even come out the wrong way,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who knows, maybe when they're getting married, you're like, I have to say this one thing before they get married. Like a movie.
So you're better off telling her, and then if the friendship survives afterwards, then it survives. If it doesn't, then it's not an honest friendship to begin with, because you have this feelings you're holding up. So my vote, if we're voting, my vote is to grow some bowels and just say it. Just tell her.
Yeah, because I've done it many times. I've done it. I've liked guys, and I've said, I really like you. I want to go, and just get rejected. I mean,
never
It's
had
better.
that.
It's better to be.
it's just better being rejected. Going like, is there something? Is there something? I don't know.
Yeah, cut
how
the
do
bullshit.
I play?
Cut the
How do I
bullshit
play
straight to
around
the
this
point.
game? You know, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's like if you don't like games being played, then don't play any games and just say, okay, I like you. We get along really well. Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out more than just friends? And if they say no, you're like, okay, cool. Just say it. Don't say I never asked.
Move on to the
Yeah.
next girl.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Don't hold, because there is no one.
There is no one.
There's no one.
Ooh.
Like people say she's the one. I don't.
Because there's 2, 3, 4, and 5.
No.
No, I mean
There's good ones. There's bad ones. There's ones that will be ngum with you at that point in your life, and there's ones that will not be. But there's no the one. That's that. I think that's really right. That's true.
Because as people, we always change. Our characters always change. So to say who is the one, well, I don't know.
Like you see people who like divorce or lost their loved one in tragedy, like,
you're not gonna say, oh, she was the one. She
and then
passed
that's it. That's
away.
your hope for being happy. Like you're done. There's no
yeah,
one.
true.
Kasian juga though.
Yeah. So
But-
there are many the ones.
There are many ones,
Yeah.
good ones.
I
So,
think
yeah.
there's another question. I think it relates to this one, so I'm just gonna read it out. So mix it up. A girl I like just got out of a long-term relationship. We've become good friends, but I feel like I need to take a shot. Should I? At the risk of making things awkward, how long should I wait till I make my own my move?
Yeah, I think it's similar.
Don't wait too long. Cause
Yeah, 'cause-
she might go date someone else, and the next thing you know, she's like, I found the one, and you're like, no.
But you've been single for only 2 weeks. I thought it was after 2 weeks.
I don't think there's there's real time like expiry date to these things. It's just
Yeah.
if you have the right moment, and you're talking about if you're in the right subject matter.
Yeah.
If everything kind of falls into place, then yeah, don't wait too long.
Yeah.
Because if the opportunity's there,
Just go for the kiss.
hey, let me go out first.
No, stop! Don't do that. But I think it also depends. I think
Then if she stops you, then I'm like, okay, I'm moving on.
I think it depends
Saves you
on
talking.
why.
Saves you a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I think it depends on why the girl broke up in the first place. If the guy dumps her,
Then she's up for a
She's-
rebound.
Woo!
I would probably say she is still down and she's still not over the ex.
But she probably
wait.
needs someone to
Yeah.
help her get over.
You
And the
need
best way
be
to get
there.
over someone
is
is
to get.
Under someone. Oh,
That's
but
edited. That's edited out.
if,
No, it's
no, I'm
still-
not gonna. I'm gonna keep that in.
said by DJ Livie.
Don't quote me.
But I still feel like I don't think he should ask her out immediately after the breakup. Like,
No, it
cause
depends on the circumstances. You're right.
I mean, if she's the one who broke up with the boyfriend because the boyfriend wasn't
Yeah.
treating her good, then probably that's a better.
Even then, like you don't know whether she's dealing with some trust issues or emotional hang-ups, or like we don't know for sure. It depends on. But at the same time, you shouldn't like pretend to be just friends. And
Yeah,
then
that's
still
just
have-
lying. I don't think she appreciates it either.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would you?
Yeah,
tell
how would you
someone?
feel if, the guy that you're hanging out with thinking you're just friends, but he's got an ulterior motives because he really does like you. And
Well,
then
I've
he's
had-
waiting it out. And then you meet someone else, and then now you're torn. You're like, oh, I now got 2 people. What do I do? I mean, for her,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
What if along the lines where you waited out, you didn't want to ask her out just yet, but someone else does?
I think you could just.
Then
blame
it
on
becomes like
yourself.
a competition thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I think he should just blame it on himself because he didn't move fast enough.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I think he's asking like, how fast should I move? Is there like a?
Depends if she's over that ex. I think he should.
Or if you have a good feeling about it, or you have a good connection with the girl, then you can go, baby, you can't deny this.
At least start by asking her out to hang out or something.
I mean, they're already hanging out, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think it's like a date hangout.
Oh yeah,
It's more
like
of a-
this reminds me of a situation I've been in where I started hanging out with a girl and then found out that she is trying to move on from a long-term relationship.
With you.
No, but that's the thing. Like we were hanging out as
Friends.
friends. It was just like, hey, and then we hit off with like, hey, we should hang out sometime. Like, yeah, we should. And we hung out a couple of times, and then I found out like, oh, 'cause I was interested in her romantic because like she was gorgeous. Like, okay, I'm interested, but she wanted to be around me because like I make her laugh and everything. And then after a while, I found out like, oh, she's trying to move on. That way, I'm trying to back out a little bit. And my mistake
Was backing off.
was putting myself into the friend zone.
Oh.
Cause like whatever spark that was before, I totally like I
Put
myself
the water out.
Yeah. So every time I see her, it's like, tell me how you've been. No, how you've been. And that was nothing that makes girls dry. In that sense, so fast. It's just like, shut up. Never mind.
Clap
Here's
it
the
up.
passport to the friend zone. Please
Yeah.
queue up.
Enjoy with the other 500. Until today, whenever I see her around town, I'm like,
Shut
what have
the
I
But,
done?
but I also think you can't like drop the bomb straight away. Like, I like you.
No, that's
Yeah.
why.
But
Like if
sometimes
she's
some
close
girls
enough,
would
you just
love
go for the
that.
kiss.
But some girls love that. It's the
I've never met those girls.
What I like.
I like you. I like you too. No.
I think
Never?
I think it becomes the answer for the first one. It's just like you gotta make your attention clear because if you don't, it becomes sneaky. Like that's very sneaky to
Put
like
a little flirt.
little flirt. Yeah, a little. Here's a picture of my leg.
Or,
Why don't you show a picture of your
or
leg?
my mom thinks you're pretty. Does that work?
Or maybe like you say
Your
like my mom thinks we look like a cute couple. That's crazy. Like that's crazy. What do you think? Is that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like drop hints like that.
I mean, if she clearly like friend zone you, I don't. It's very hard for you to get out of the friend zone.
It's
Some
hard
people
to,
are
like-
pretty good at getting out of the friend zone, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I've never been out of the friend zone.
You never crawl out of the friend.
I just get out. As in like get out entirely.
You were the friend zone, and then
And
you
not
just
friend
like
at all.
yeah.
You know what? I'm in the friend zone. I don't need another friend.
Yeah.
Move on.
Got enough, friend. I will now be in the I know you.
Abort.
Yeah. Tell her.
Just, I think you just kind of need to gauge it because obviously we don't really know the people. It all really depends. But don't wait too long and
Yeah.
It's just
trust you. Like you said, if you're close enough, go for the kiss.
you can.
And they get pushed away.
If you push her in, like okay, maybe not.
Or the less extreme, ask her out. Like take her out like in a date scenario.
And then she
that's
wears,
like-
and then she thinks it's like just a friend going out, so she goes out with her like her most
Oh,
like,
God.
we're going 10 lah. No, oh okay. I feel like having chicken rice
I'm
though.
getting flashback because like this girl, like when she first went out, she was like nice and dressed up and then eventually we start going more and more of these.
Fancy night out.
Dates.
No, like
Dates.
This is
let's
a
hang
date.
out, and then she progressively stopped
Dressing up.
dressing up because it's like, oh, okay, we're friends. I don't need to hang
Yeah.
out, dress up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
don't
that's
do
how
that
I knew. I was
mistake.
like, oh, okay, I'm in the friend zone.
So if she dresses up, means
Yeah.
she's
If
probably
she
open.
puts an effort into what she looks like, then you know you're on a good path.
I should have make a move. I was like 3 days in maybe.
If she really always like makes up like she puts makeup on, her hair's done really nicely, baju's really nice,
then
you have a good shot.
probably after the second or third date, you make your intentions clear.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I like you more than just a friend. And there is no specific time range. You just have
No.
to gauge it.
Gauge it.
Don't leave it too late because that's kind of sneaky.
If she starts talking about another guy, you probably need to
Step
Catch
up your
up,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
if
man.
another guy's name comes into the play, then
If it's
you,
kinda
sir.
Hey friend, so I saw you hanging out with that other guy. What's his situation? I'm like, oh, done. You're done.
Oh yeah, it's like, hey, your friend now. What's his name?
What's it? Can you
Yeah.
set up? Like, okay, you're done. You
If-
waited too long.
Yeah. I think we got that covered. Oh,
Go
that
for
was
the kiss.
2 questions, right?
That was 3.
3. But
Oh, you tied 2 into 1.
yeah.
When to become one.
Should we take a break? Let me check how long. Yeah, I think we should take a break.
toilet
And
break.
stay tuned for the next part of the show.
Santai Podcast.
Welcome back to the Santai Podcast, Paul.
Yeah.
Santai Podcast.
Episode 3 with Livie and Zainal.
Yeah.
And Tibby, your
Yeah, and me,
hostess
yeah.
with the
That's the
mostest.
It's the mostest and brostest.
Okay. Let's just go straight to question number 4. Can't get past the cheating.
Oh,
Cheater. Goes to hell. I don't know.
whoa. Okay, but what context?
Yeah.
Context are we
Okay,
talking
we're going
about?
straight.
I haven't finished reading. Hey, so I'm getting married in June to this guy that I've been with for almost 6 years.
Ooh.
2 years into the relationship, we had a huge fight where we ended up not talking to each other for a few weeks. We didn't break up, we just decided to give each other some space. This is quite long, so bear with me. I used it to get some clear thinking time. He used it to sleep with another girl in our circle of friends.
We
Wow,
were
that was
on a break.
that was I knew they had a thing together in the past that didn't work out, but they've always been friendly. Parenthesis and borderline flirty. I didn't know about this until recently. The girl told me because she's been carrying the guilt for so long and she wanted to come clean.
Ooh.
I don't think she said it to break us up and call off the wedding. She's happily married with a kid now.
Whoa.
See, I'm not that mad about it. It happened 4 years ago. We were in a bad place, but we've grown since then. Thing is, when I brought it up with my fiance, he denied the whole thing. I know I should let it go, but I can't help feel a bit weird that he just won't admit it. Makes me doubt him and this relationship. If he's lying to me now, what else is he lying about? Are there other girls? Don't know what to do now. Bringing it up again might make it worse. Help.
Jang, 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 jang.
Woo! Okay, for one, I didn't think it's necessary for the girl to bring it up.
It's in the past.
It's in the well, yeah. She didn't the girl that she, the,
Oh, okay.
the
Oh,
guy
okay,
brought it
let's
up.
go.
I mean, the fact that she brought it up, and although she says she's happily married, she's got a kid, but what intention did you have out of it? And then as you're preparing to get
I think
married.
that's a very selfish thing for her. Even if she's right, she's like, because she's feeling guilty and been carrying this guilt, she should just own it. That's your fault. You're like,
yeah, and that's it. And you didn't
bring
have
that to your grave. You don't need to.
Tell the
Yeah.
soon-to-be wife.
Correct.
That's just,
But then now you get to see the true colors of your soon-to-be, if he goes for husband, that he's not admitting to this. So is he saying that she's lying?
Okay.
I-
Or he actually did. Now he's denying it and lying to the now fiance.
there could be 2 options. 2 scenarios. The guy actually didn't do anything, or the girl just told the wife that she slept with the soon-to-be husband for fun.
See, what reason did you have to bring that up? Like that's for me personally.
Okay.
It's
Girls
Alright,
are
so it
crazy.
happened.
So let's say it had happened, and he's
Yeah.
denying it, and if he still won't admit it, and you already know it's true, then at the end of the day, I'd say call it off. But then again, it's not easy to just call this off,
Yeah,
right?
it
'Cause
is a 6 years.
It's a
relationship.
6-year relationship.
Sunk cost fallacy. I was trying to think what the name was. When you invested so much in something already that even though there's like cracks and things are falling apart, you're gonna like, I've already invested 6 years of my life. might as well just marry.
But that's settling, right? You're settling
that's
you're
kinda
But
settling
it's
sad
so
as well.
human. It's so
it is
like
so human because you're like, I don't want to go meet someone else over the 6
oh, it's not
years.
just that. Like in everything else. Like you spend 8 years of studying as a doctor, and then when you graduate, you're like, you
Become
want to
a
be a doctor,
comedian.
and you're like, I've already put in 8 years. I might as well, even though I really want to be a rock star. Like that's the same thing. Like for a lot of our decision making,
True.
and so much so for a relationship. So I can see like how like stories of infidelity and cheating and stuff like that. It's kind of like
But always
it's
remember,
been 6 years.
it has been 6 years, but you always have to remember this. If he's denying this one fact that is true,
What else?
he's going to deny it more.
There's other
And
things.
there's going to be so many other things that will pop up and will eventually come to you, and it's going to hurt you even more in the long run.
I don't know. For me, I think the question really is, who do you trust more? The
Oh,
girl
this girl?
or the soon-to-be husband? If you don't trust the soon-to-be husband, there's already something wrong with the relationship.
I don't know.
I trust the girl, maybe. I don't know. But then again, maybe it's a girl-to-girl thing. Like, look, girl, I don't want you to get hurt. I'm going to tell you right now, if he's going to
Yeah.
lie to you now, then you need to make a decision on what it is. I mean, I've had plenty of scenarios, not for myself, but for other people who have been cheated on. The guy denies, but then, girls, they're really good at, like, undercover. Private, like, following people, messages, going through these things,
You
like,
mean
PI.
stalking.
Yeah, girls are pretty good at this, especially when they're on a mission, man. They can find these things, and then some girls can even find the guys cheating, right? So, do you want to become that person where you're just constantly,
Insecure.
fishing for something that you're going to be like, yeah, he's going to do something, something's changed, and you're insecure? I mean,
That's
do you
not
want
a
to do that
healthy-
for the rest of your life?
But at the same time, like how do you just like, okay, you just accept. Let's say you accept that they might have slept together and this is true, but he wants to let it go because he like, I don't want to revisit that part of my life anymore. It's like and he insists on denying it as a way to not bring things
Maybe
up.
he went to psychotherapy and then, I want to forget this memory. And then he actually does.
Oh, like hypnosis? Or just like, look into my eyes, look into
You've
this
forgotten
watch.
it. Okay, great.
But
Yeah.
anyways, back to reality.
I don't...
But it is 6 years. I mean, throughout the 6 years, he should have some like indication whether this guy would.
But you wouldn't know
It's
because you're so
trustworthy or
in
not.
love. You wouldn't know, right? Until someone brings
Oh,
you down
God.
with the reality of it. But at the end of the day, it's completely like, it is playing with your trust issues.
Mhm.
And if you do have trust issues and someone has like tipped the scales and he's saying no, she's saying yes, and I know it's 6 years, but some people have been together for 10 years. And then they're still, they cohabit with each other and they kind of stick to that. But then again, for me, I wouldn't stand for it because it's gonna happen again. If you just like kind of do this now and just kind of ignore it, going, oh, it's fine.
It's gonna come up again.
10, 15 years down the line, it's definitely gonna come up again.
But
And
they
then you'd
were
be
on
like,
a break.
What?
But they were on a break.
Yeah, I know, right? And to this day, it was a big issue, right?
I mean, if that was the one time,
yeah, but what if
you-
that wasn't the one time?
yeah,
Oh, so this is a thing that will be in her mind.
Yeah, you'd be like, how many other girls? Who
Was it
else
others?
was it? Were there others?
There was that one time when I went to Singapore and you were here for the weekend and I called you and you didn't answer. Were you with someone then?
Yeah. You say you were asleep. It was like 9:30.
It was at 2 o'clock in the morning. You say you were asleep.
but there was
Like,
this Instagram from your friend that saw your back.
See, that's when you become a psycho person, and you're like going through
Oh, God.
everything, and you're like, you're trying to understand every bit of timeline on social media. You're trying to figure it out, and do you want to do that? Do you
That's
know-
great.
Do you
So
want to?
so what should she do?
I think talk to the husband and the.
I
girl.
think
Talk to
this-
the husband one more time. If he denies it, then you use your. Well, I do truly believe in the gut feeling, lah. Like if your husband still says no, or your soon-to-be husband still says no, then really think about it. And I know it's 6 years, but think
Maybe-
about how you need to be in another 10 years. where you need to be in terms of
Maybe
like,
this is just you having cold feet. You're trying to get a reason to not marry.
Is it
this
not
guy.
a valid reason?
It is, but
Like, why does he need to deny it?
maybe it didn't happen.
but what I thought we established saying that it did happen.
Okay, let's say it happened.
If it didn't happen, then I think a guy should know how much girls are very like
Crazy.
We're crazy beings. We're not gonna lie, but you can't do that to her either because that's not fair.
Yeah.
But if he really didn't do it, then he needs to prove it. I don't know how, but
And like they get the girl,
Yeah, get the girl together.
Sit down, yeah.
sit down, like
and have a talk three all three
That's gonna be
people.
hard. If I was a guy, I wouldn't want to do it. But
Why not?
If you're innocent.
But if you're
Yeah.
innocent, you would though, wouldn't you?
if I was innocent, I would expect her to believe me. But if that's what it takes, I guess there's.
But
no
some
other
guys are really good liars, Tibby.
that
Yeah.
many liars. Made
They
a
are
bad name for
very,
us.
very good liars.
Make it hard for us honest ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry for the good boys.
That's-
Yeah, but guys lie.
That's TV.
People lie. Everybody lies.
So we don't really have a solution
No.
for her.
No, I think like bring it up one more time. Express the fact that you're not like the girl is not. You're not angry at the fact that it happened.
I'm just
You're not upset. It's just that this is bringing up trust issues. So you need to be clear. So that's where communication comes in. I need to be clear. Like I'm not angry, so just confess. Like if it did happen, I'm not gonna hold it against you because it was 4 years ago.
But if he still denied it,
Denies it, then
it's up
and
to her to
then
trust
express
him.
like I can't get over this feeling.
that you're lying to me.
Yeah, for whatever reason, and I think we should bring the girl in to like clear the air.
Because you're marrying this guy.
Yeah, because you're the one who's gonna be hopefully spending the rest of each other's life together.
And you don't want to get married to like, be one of the many high numbers of divorces that has come in. I mean, in the last 5 years, I'm pretty sure you can count as many divorces as there has been marriages. So, put yourself first. As a girl, put yourself first, even though it's 6 years. Don't go into it too harshly. And if he still wants to deny it, then then trust your gut feeling. If you think that he is lying and he doesn't want to come up to it, or if he is telling the truth and she's lying, then that's something you need to do. Like for her, she needs to
Sort out.
sort out.
Yeah.
Because we don't know who the girl. We don't know how close is she to this girl. Like, are they friends? Do they hang out like separately
I
from?
think they used to be in the same circle of friends. I don't know now.
Yeah, same circle of friends. But since we're talking about this, one tip I think is to keep this between 3 of them at least. Don't start
Don't
asking
ask-
the guy's friends like, did my soon-to-be husband sleep with this girl? Because that's just
It's
showing
gonna
you're
open.
more crazy.
How about asking people on a podcast?
Yeah, this is anonymous. So
Anonymous. Yeah. Just
Yeah, best of luck.
best of
guys.
luck, babe.
So.
and also, trust is the key
Trust.
component in a relationship. So
Yeah, and if you don't feel there's trust, then don't do that to
maybe
yourself.
he's not the type, the husband for you. I know it's a hard reality, but if you don't trust your husband, you're gonna you're gonna live forever with this guy. If you don't trust him, it's gonna be hard.
You'll be
You're
sitting on
gonna-
the edge of your seat.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Like,
time.
I'm gonna watch football. You're gonna go out with this girl, aren't you? I'm really
Is her
watching
name Bola?
What's this? Can't lihat bola. Who's bola? No, I think you need to trust.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All the best.
And good luck. Whew, that was heavy.
That was a heavy
It's
one.
quite
eh?
very heavy.
Let's move on to the last question for this episode.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Oh yeah, if you're interested in sending us a question, send it at the Santai Podcast at gmail.com or at ask.fm
Yeah.
/Santai Podcast. Question number 5. Millennial dating problems. Dear Santai Podcast, at this age of new technology and dating apps such as Tinder and WeChat, first dates come and go, and once one catches the hook, you can't help to check out their other social media profiles at Facebook or Twitter, or even Google search them to satisfy your stalker mode curiosity. I would just like your input if this is okay, or do you hold off your stalking and let the guy or girl tell you their history rather than scroll 265 weeks ago on Instagram? With love, kind of crazy stalking millennial. And FYI, love the show. You do you and keep going at it. Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for love. And
So sweet.
that's actually an interesting question.
Yeah, I know.
So,
So it's like, should you check her profile
Yes.
before you go?
Yes.
I think for me personally, if
Have you?
I'm on dating apps,
Okay.
I'm not like denying it. I don't know why people are like, I don't want to be in dating app because I'm shy, or I don't want other people to know. Because
That you're. Because it's been 6-7 years for you.
let's not talk about it. And yeah, I'm on dating apps.
Me
but
too. I'm on too.
Yeah. So I think if the guy would be telling you if you want to stalk their like social media, the guy or the girl would be telling whoever wants to read their profile what they want. I'm saying that there's a limit of what they want
Yes.
public people to know.
That's true.
Oh, is this like specifically to dating apps?
No, I mean, because once you catch a fish, let's say, like, you go out on the first date, you probably know their Facebook, their Instagram.
Even before the first date.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
even before the first
But you're
date.
not following each other yet.
Yeah, you just, I'm waiting for the girl to add me on Instagram first. But I think it depends. If that guy is kind of private, like,
Or
Yeah,
if the
we
guy's
probably
really
wouldn't be able
good,
to-
if the guy's really good, you cannot trace anything out of him. You're like, oh, I want to go on this date now. I'm pretty impressed. Because to this day and age, if you don't have an online presence, then that's skills on its own, right?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if
So
you
it's
don't,
more like, what if he's got something to hide, like his past?
Ooh.
maybe he's married.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why it's very important to cover your bases. And
So
This
if-
is why you gotta go check. this
So if
photo.
this guy is like limiting his profile from his Facebook, Instagram,
Yeah.
maybe there's something fishy going on. So
or maybe
maybe-
they just don't like Facebook.
Yeah, maybe he just doesn't use social media that much.
I know some people who have the same profile picture for like 8 years.
I'll change it later.
Just saying. Keep it updated. Keep it fresh.
You don't look like that anymore.
what do you do, Zainal?
Okay. Yeah, I do, but I don't obsess about it.
You don't go
Like-
from the history of time.
No, I would scroll down and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. She's been to X, she's been to Y. And then during dates, I would. So I used to hide that fact of like,
Mm-hmm.
I try to stumble into it, and then she'll be like, oh, I used to, I ride horses. You know this because you saw a couple of photos already, but you pretend like, oh, that's so interesting. I didn't know that about you. Mm-mm.
Knew it. Sorry.
Like, yeah. And then you're just like, oh, like, I mean, I checked
knew
you
that.
out. I had to do, and then you can be playful about it. Like, I had to do a background check. Never know these crazies. And then like just bring it up because it's a normal thing nowadays. As long as you sell it in the way that I know because I spent all night session
I went back all the way to 2014.
2012
Whoa.
because I really want to prepare for this date. So see, that's a creepy way of doing it. But then you might still do the same thing, but if you sell it in a very suave,
Yeah, very smooth, very
smooth
funny way.
I gotta check you out. Yeah, I gotta check you out, girl. Like, you're not gonna put your presence up there and think no one's gonna check it. Check yourself.
I mean, for me personally, like my profile, I'll view it as someone else, not myself. Like I'll view my profile as
Oh, it's like a public one where you can
public
change the
one.
settings.
What
yeah.
other people can see. So I'll check like I don't really
You should mute your phone.
I'm sorry. I don't really hide my stuff. Like if I'm very open, I cut the bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So-
nothing to hide.
Yeah, and that exactly. There's nothing to hide.
But does that like? I think the concern, and this was an episode on How I Met Your Mother. Or is that does it make it less romantic because you kind of know everything about each other already, and then try to steer the conversation towards that way, or like try to make a connection. Whereas like, imagine if there was none, you didn't see anything, then it becomes like that mystery and intrigue, and it makes it more exciting.
Yeah. I had an advice from a friend because I was into this girl and I started trying to find her Instagram, blah blah.
Yeah.
And he said, "Don't." I said,
Right.
"Why?" Just get to know her personally. Like you want to get the surprise like face to face.
Yeah.
Like, let's say she goes to the gym. It's better for you to know by listening to her telling you that I go to the gym that
Yeah.
she goes to the gym from the Instagram. It's more fun, it's more interactive, and you get to know each other sincerely.
Yeah.
But that's one. Okay, how about this? That's a very nice way of seeing it. But what about if, in the case you're on the date and she says a lot of things that don't match up to what you've seen?
What do you mean?
Like she says.
Give an example.
Oh, what's a good example for this? Do you know how some people don't live up to what they say, and then you're like, wait, but you like you rant about something, but then because you like it, and she's like, oh yeah, I totally love it. Do you find that's a compliment? Like if you were I don't know how.
Okay, we'll
I
get
think
back
I'm losing
to
my
you.
track here now.
I think yeah, but don't I guess like as a guy, I don't know how it is with the girls, but as a guy, like you shouldn't really obsess about it. Like you go through the pictures like, oh that's nice, like she looked good now, and she used to also look good in 2012. So if I be with her, the chances are she'll also be looking good in the next few years.
Okay, what if you see a lot of photos with her and lots of guys?
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, like let's say you go through like, okay, let's say I'm going on a date. Okay, we're going on a date, and then I see Tibby goes out with a lot of girls now. There's a lot of selfies, and then you see mine. You're like, she travels a lot. Also, like she likes to party. Totally not really my thing. But that, and then when you're having the date, let's just say things are like, we're all kind of adapting to what we see of each other.
Okay, so you're adjusting.
You're adjusting, and then after that you start to realize like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Because he's a different person.
Correct. He's a different person, or that could have been like, other things like, why do you have so many girlfriends?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you limit viewing their profile on Facebook, on Instagram, you get to know them personally. It will be the actual original person
rather than
having an
image that
An
expectation.
image that they're trying to like portray to everybody else.
But on the other hand, you'd have that curiosity, like what is he like, and also just want to see how beautiful she is.
So would you end up stalking after the date? Let's just say, would you end up stalking? Like, let's say you didn't stalk. Like, let's say you didn't look her up on Facebook, on Instagram, nothing. But so you're like, okay, I'm gonna go on this date as a completely new blank canvas and no impressions. And after the date, are you going to go and stalk her?
I would probably.
Or would you keep that a completely no?
Because I would, if the date went well, I'd probably want to know her more. So I'll probably go browse through her Facebook, but I won't go into detail. Like,
so eventually,
how many
we'll
dogs?
always end up, either way, looking at their profile art, aren't we?
But yeah, I think you'd probably have to look their profile, but don't make that as a benchmark.
Or like put 100% into that. Going, okay, going with this. This is how far we go.
huh. I remember going out with the girl, and then after a few months, and then sitting down with her, and then going through her old photos that I've never seen before.
Oh wow.
Because I was like, oh, like we got together, it was nice, it was fun, and then afterwards I was like, months down the line with her, and then it was like a joke kind of thing. We would all scroll down, like, why were you wearing that? And then like, you never seen this before? Like, no. So you didn't go through my
Facebook
or Instagram? I was like, I think I browsed through it, but I didn't like really
attention.
look at it.
And they're like, oh.
Yeah,
But then maybe that was just me. Whereas, and then now I'm thinking back, like, wait a minute, I don't think girls do that. I think like after the first few days, then she'll memorize every single.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God, I've got some really bad like Instagram. But I need to start curating.
Yeah.
better.
No, don't curate it because that's who you are, right?
I have this instance.
No, it's not. It's just an image I'm trying to project. I'm trying to put an image that I'm boring.
But also, I think you don't want to be catfished as well, because I've been catfished once. I mean, a friend of mine. Anyway, just
But yes, that's true. Actually,
tell
the
us-
reason why you do need to like kind of look, you don't want to get catfish, man.
Tell us a story about this friend of yours, Tibby.
okay. Let's just. I was chatting out with this girl on Tinder, and then we were supposed to go out for a movie and dinner for the first time. It was weird because I took a picture of myself. This is what I'm gonna wear, so it's easy for you to find me. And then I asked her to do the same thing, so she took a picture of the dress and whatever she was wearing, which was laid on the bed. I was like, why wouldn't she wear it and take a picture of it? And when the time really came, and then she was there, and then I was like, okay, you're not how you look like on your pictures.
Like really dramatically, not like at all.
I've seen this photo. I was like, she's not that much different, but in
But
his
it
head,
was-
it was like, there's a world of difference.
Okay.
And he said, this is like, she's 5 shades different in terms of her like
Skin
Color.
color.
skin color.
And then,
So colorous.
No, I don't think he mind if it
but
was like.
I expect people to do the same what I do. I don't hide
Yeah.
my.
But how did it go? How did the date go?
I mean, I'm not an asshole. I actually had dinner with her and then
Movie.
watched a movie with her, and then that's the last time I met her.
Because he doesn't trust her anymore.
Yeah, because I feel like she was lying to me.
And that's already like on. Yeah, I can't understand.
And then again, that's what I mean. It's like the things you see on Instagram might not be what she is. So it's better for you
Because
to
girls can take a very good selfie, and now there's apps to kind of really.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like,
lies.
I keep-
give you big, really like jawline, tiny, a sharp jawline, bigger eyes.
That's that app that is embedded into the camera of the phone.
the beauty app, right?
Yeah, and that just blew my mind.
have-
Like what?
I have a friend who does that. It was like, why does she look different in this picture? Like all her pictures is like sharp jawline, and then I saw her again. It's like, yeah, you're not. What you
Nothing
post.
changed. It's still the same.
Yeah.
And then she takes a selfie while you guys were hanging out, and she looks totally different in the photo.
You're like, hey, wait, what?
What? I'm sitting next to you. You don't look anything like this photo. That's crazy. So always don't read too much into the social media thing. I'm like,
I mean, you can browse through it and just look at pictures.
it's unavoidable. Like,
It's
that's the part.
unavoidable, and you can kind of see how much, like, obviously, the kind of joke that you can have to yourself to kind of make the moment more lighthearted. Going,
I
"Whoa,
wonder.
you spend a lot of time on Photoshop. You must got a good app. What's your app? You know,
Whoa! What are you implying, Livie?
something's different about your complexion in every photo. But yeah, I think in this day and age, we can't. There's no way to avoid it, and if you try to avoid it, you eventually come back round to it.
Yeah,
Do
but
you know what I
don't
mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't like.
but don't bank on it. Don't.
Yeah.
It is not. It's like, you know how they say you can't judge a book by its cover. It's exactly the same. You can't judge someone by their Facebook profile or their Instagram profile.
I have a friend who's like in a relationship, but they're not friends on Facebook.
Yeah, some people make sure that they don't have that. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I guess not. I guess
I know
it's a thing for
they're
them.
probably like broken up a few times.
No, I don't know. They're like happily together for a while, but they just
Mm.
to limit this. I have no idea why.
So they block each other.
No, they just. I don't know. It's just.
I don't know. Like speaking by experience, we're like no longer together, and then they're like, I can't stand to even think of like your post coming up, so I'm like gonna unfriend. And then they get back together, but they're like forget to
Maybe it just
to
works for
add
them.
again. Hmm?
Maybe it just works for them. Not being friends on Facebook.
But are they active on Facebook?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't. There's a nice graph online where it's kind of like the interaction between a guy and a girl, or like any potential partners, before they start going out. They're on Facebook a lot, and then to each other's wall, or like sending each other things.
Yeah.
And then right after,
Stops.
as soon as they get together, like no more
Yeah,
activity.
you kind of know when someone's broken up on
Or
Facebook.
gotten together properly, right?
Like you'll probably see like post like quotes on like
Or like
broken up.
quotes,
Yeah,
quotes about moving on and being strong.
yeah. And then you start to text the girl because you know that she's broken up, and I say, "Hey, what's up?
Hey, your post very emo. You okay, kak?
Oh, you alright?
You okay? You need shoulder. You want to come over? My shoulders is so dry.
Okay." Not sure that works, but I'll try it out.
It works 60% of the time, all the time.
Anyways, to summarize this question, don't take the social media post too seriously. I mean, you can base it as a guideline, but don't benchmark the guy based on his social media information.
Presence, yeah.
Meet
And
the
also
guy.
vice versa, like looking at the girl.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
So you don't have to scroll 300 weeks ago.
You could browse.
Yeah, but don't take it too seriously. It'll
Yeah, take it with a pinch of salt. Salt, babe.
Take it with a pinch of salt, bae.
Alright, I think we got that covered. And I think that's the end of the show.
Aww.
I would like to thank
Aww.
our guests, Livie and Zainal.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Tibby Bear.
Thanks. And thanks, Kevin, for providing this studio.
Thanks,
man
Kev.
cave.
It's been lurking in the background.
And also thanks to the listeners. Thanks for, if you like this show, please do me a favor, share it on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. It will help me a lot in spreading it out there. I would also like to thanks to guests again for their sageful insight and advices.
Yeah.
And
It's a wrap.
Peace out.
it's a wrap.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
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 Santai.